She wanted to know what it was like to work with chewing gum filmmakers who make their movies. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time, Jen. Yeah, it was amazing for us. Yeah, our first film was made out of nothing, but we're storytellers. We wanted to tell a story. The technology allows you to tell a story really cheaply now. So we did. We shot our first film on SLRs, which are those digital cameras. I'm sure there's one. This guy can hold it up. Yeah, so we shot our first movie on 2 of those. And, you know, it's funny, whether you have 80 people behind you, which we did on this movie, or you have 20 people behind you when you're shooting, what matters is what's in front of the camera. And in this case, we had these amazing actors, and each of them felt like such a partner. For Britt and I, we're partners in writing it, but then she goes onto the acting side, and I go onto the directing side, and we just pray and hope, and we've been so lucky to get partners like Ellen and Alexander to come on board. And I remember the day each of these guys agreed to do the project. It's like everything changes, because all of a sudden, there's someone else carrying the load, someone else carrying the burden with you, and that's what I love about making movies as opposed to if we were writing novels together or something. It's so cool to have the experience we had making movies with these guys. That's why I deflected it onto these guys.
Well, the answer to the question for them is really, I mean, he wasn't a first-time director because you could see sound of my voice, and so that, I assume, would have played into your
decision. Well, the sound of my voice wasn't out yet. I hadn't seen Another Earth either. But I read the script, and I was just blown away by it, because it's so, it was so rich and so intelligent and so nuanced. And I love the fact that Britt the heroine was working for the bad guy. And it made it so interesting and so complicated. And even now, this is the second time I see it, I don't know who the good guy is and the bad guy. Like, who's right, who's wrong. And it makes it real and makes it very, I read it and I was just thinking a lot about it. I didn't know these guys, and I assume that most of you don't know them either. But after hearing them, I'm sure you felt the way I felt when I just walked into the room our first meeting. I was like, I fucking love these guys. Don't you feel that energy? They're so wonderful and like, so amazing and so. I could just tell it's just a gut feeling. I could tell that it was going to be such a collaborative and fun process, and they were so open to ideas, and there were no egos involved. And we, it's you know, it always starts with that gut feeling, doesn't it? Where you're like, yeah, I want to spend 3 months in Shreveport with these guys.
Thank you for that, Ellen.
I mean, yeah, it's the same. I mean, I did see Sound of My Voice, Another Earth, so I was just such an admirer of their work, you know, first and foremost.